forward. And say, Mr. Sullivan will be very proud of me for using this clicker. So with that said, thank you very much for allowing me to provide you with the update. The Mission PJ a talent acquisition and retention. We know that the history of the committee comes out of the Visions 2026 plan, and the goal of taking a look at our staff with the direct focus of identifying outstanding individuals and picking them, and then very directly getting them to stay. Okay, so with that said, all right, for our committee, you individuals, the individuals that are listed there, Ms. Wakota, Ms. Patty Ellen, Mr. Ed DeSantis, Ms. Rachelle Sepielli, and Ms. Jessica Boyd, and then I am the chair. Previously, you recall that Mr. Walton was the co-chair with me, and as we know, he is written into the sunset, so here I am. The piece, and as we go through the slides that I have, to even the back of your mind, is the goal. All right, because this is something when you start talking about, looking at, in effect, human relations data, you can heal and heal and heal. And it can be a never-ending saga. And as I mentioned to Mr. Betts, I was only afforded an hour and a half for this presentation tonight. So I stick with that. So anyway, identifying and implementing initiatives to creatively acquire and maintain diverse talent. Now we take a look at our first piece. So July 1st, 2024 to current. And there we're talking about those individuals who are no longer with us. And of course, with questions driving, okay, well, who's not here with us? Why are they not here with us? And then what were the reasons for them leaving us? So first step, you look at certified staff and non-certified, as I have. 12 resignations for certified staff, 1 non-renewal, 5 retirements. And that is, in effect, from March 1st to current. All right, so moving forward, when we really look at it, and I'll tell you, when we notice, the springtime, we generally don't have people leave at that time, but that is when we started to acquire resumes. So individuals would let us know, whether formally or informally. So it was right around March 1st that we started the posting process for the current school year. So that's why I use that as a date. However, when you really look at, did people leave, in May? No, they did not. Okay, it was at the end of the school year, and that's coming to October 15th. And I put it there so that we would have some comparable data for previous year. So 12 resignations, 1 non-renewal, 5 retirements. You see the average time in district, the resignations 3 years and 10 months, the non-renewal 1 year, and the retirements 22 years and 3 months. Non-certified staff, 5 resignations, 3 retirements, average time in district, resignations 8 years, 2 months, retirements 18 years, and 4 months. Source up there is our new mileage track. When individuals leave our district, we keep a sheet on that, and fill in information on who's leaving, how long have they been with us, what is the reason why they're leaving as well. So that's the point that we have for 24-25 to date. Now, the one question rages, well, what about previous year? How does that compare? The previous year for certified staff, we had 20 individuals leave us. 1 individual was non-renewed, and 2 of them were retirements. So based on that, clearly identifying that the previous year we had 17 resignations, this year we have 12. All right, so, if we take a look, let's face it, we don't want anyone. But the fact of the matter is, at least it's positive. Okay? When we looked at non-certified staff the previous year, it was the same, actually identical. We had 3 retirements and we had 5 resignations. Okay? Continuing along. Now, taking a look at those reasons as to why the individuals leave. And here we're identifying the exit interview data. Now, an important component of this, the individuals who complete the exit interview data, or complete the exit interview, are those who resign. All right, so those individuals who retire and also those who are non-renewed, they do not get the exit interview. All right, that's something that as a committee that was recently brought up. We're going to take a look at that because while that data could not necessarily be blended in, there might be, the possibility of garnering some important info, and disaggregating that accordingly. So that's something to consider for the future. But for this, it's important for you to recognize that this is about those individuals who resign and question, why did they resign? So the trends, of course, our exit interview is much larger than this. It's not just 3 questions, but I look for trends. And as a committee, I rolled this out to them. I explained that as well. It was where did we see trend data? So first, the interesting component, and keeping in mind that these are the resignations of people who had 3 years and some odd months, they were basically younger say. They responded to the question of, would you recommend working in our district to another? And 9 out of 10 of them said yes. The top number where it says exit interviews completed, there were 12 individuals who resigned, 10 of them completed the exit interview. When we take a look at the primary reason for resigning and looking at the trend, 5 of those 10 said it was about salary, and they were seeking higher salary. When we looked at relocation, 4 of the 10, and then 2 identified it was a commute issue. Please recognize that the individuals who complete the exit interview, they have the opportunity to click multiple areas. So the same person could have said salary and commute, and that would count in. Interactions with others in the district, and there it's other staff members. If you're wondering the exit interview, what's the actual question? How would you describe your interactions with other staff members in the district? 8 out of 10 said they were positive. 1 was neutral and the other was negative. All right, so looking at that information, the individuals, while they left our district, they responded with trend data that's there, that their interactions with individuals in our schools was positive. And that they would recommend us to one of their friends to work here. All right, so other comments that were interjected throughout their open-ended questions and so forth, it indicated that, in terms of positive culture, positive climate, there was trend data that combined with other comments that were interjected that support that statement of a positive culture and the when we looked at non-certified staff, exit interviews completed. So 2 out of 5, again, recommend to work in the district. Well, both of them said yes. Primary reason for resigning, salary. They were going to another district and going to be valuable. Interactions with others in the district, again, positive. All right, so there's some good information that's there. We continue. Now, the next piece that we have to take a look at is, okay, we know people, they left. Now, the other goal of the committee is to take a look at acquiring new staff and how we go about doing that and what's working and what's not. So here we have average applications per posting. And you can see on the right-hand side, I broke it down by years. But I have to say, there's some gray area wildness. Number one, when we talk about when we have COVID, all right? And also the number of postings. So for example, I will say that it has not been consistent. Oh, we have 1 kindergarten teacher opening, that equals 1 posting. Not necessarily. All right, we could have 3 kindergarten openings, and that's 1 posting. All right, so the data here, it is a little bit gray, but I still think it's valuable looking at. I don't think it's garbage. I feel as though, all right, let's take a look and let's see where we are and what the average applications per posting are. And there you can see 23. Another factor to consider is posting type. All right, let's face it, that you don't get as many applicants for a music teacher as you do a general ed regular classroom teacher. So of course, what's that going to do to your average? You know, you get 35 for the one, and you get 3 for the other, and all of a sudden that average is lower dramatically. So across the district, we had some courses where we had many applicants. We had others where it wasn't so much. Now, as a sidebar, and speaking with other administrators in other school districts and looking for trend data there, we're working to find special education candidates. How are you doing? And our struggles are right in line with their struggles. The same thing with related arts teachers, you know, your music, your phys ed, and so forth. But the report was for your general education, regular classroom teachers, more applicants. And that's a good thing. All right, that's definitely something that across the board we're seeing an uptick in. All right, the total apps, you see that's March 1st. And that goes back to my statement of the previous slide. You know, when do we really start looking, when do those postings occur? So 503 total applications, 114 were support staff, and certified staff, there's 389. The narrative little piece of the little statement underneath in terms of the source, it's human capital analytics. If you remember the presentation that I gave in the spring, we were over in the board office, and I talked about human capital analytics, and that was something that is through our frontline system, and it can help us to look at some human resources trend data. That's where this chart came from. And this information. With the total apps, please also keep in mind, you can have individuals who apply for more than one position. So it does not represent 500 great human beings. Because you can have somebody apply for a second grade teaching position and a kindergarten teaching position at the 2 different postings, but it's one person. Hiring by referral source. This is useful, and it's a human capital analytics chart, so I do apologize at the bottom. It's kind of rough and it'd be a telescope for it, but as it says, you know, it's where did the applicants, when they were also in the opportunity to identify where did they hear books, and that's what this is. So in terms of recruiting, what's working, what's not. No value is they just the answer. The commercial job posts that we use, NewJerseyJobs.com, Indeed, those are the 2 primaries that we use. And you can see there, that's our most successful in terms of recruiting individuals who are hired. All right, that's what this is. It's not just those who apply, it's those who were hired. Where did they come from? So that actually is kind of interesting in terms of quality applicants. And then also you see next to it, the district school website, which is great. It's out there and they're going on that and they're identifying, hey, let's take a look at it, let's see what it's all about, let's apply through that. There are other sources, and then don't mind me because I need my glasses as we continue along and keep going. Because I do apologize, I don't have my boss. If you look at the 2 on the far right side, referral by word of mouth, and then also state and regional job boards, i.e. the NAEOE. So that, moving on. Applicant racial diversity, because that ties into the goal. Yes, we're looking for outstanding applicants, but there's also diversity in our goal as well. And taking a look at the diversity of the individuals who are applying. And you can see that by far the blue does represent those that are Caucasian, white, okay, and from there, you know, the yellow is Black, African American, all right, and then it takes it down into Asian, and those who did not want to provide their racial background. That's what the gray is. So the big takeaway from this is you have the blue, and most of the individuals who are applying are Caucasian. Continuing along now, before we go there, as I mentioned previously, I am a member of the Rowan University Educator Preparation Advisory Council. That's under the direction of Dr. Stacy Leftwich. She's an individual. When we first was outreach in 2021, she would actually be involved in one of the individuals sitting on the different committees and so forth. Then in my engagement with Stacy, regarding the candidates of that role. Well, okay, very directly, what do they look like? Do we have diverse candidates? And Stacy said no. So the majority of the individuals, vast majority of the individuals that are going into education are Caucasian. The vast majority of the individuals going into elementary education are female. So, and we talked about different things we could do there. It's a couple of years ago that there was a job fair. I created a screencastify for that. Yes, Mr. Holden, a screencastify. I did that. And, was part of trying to recruit, yes, outstanding candidates, but also widen the net. And, I must say, I worked screencastify was great, but they really have the results we know. Okay. Diversity, gender analysis. Now here, I draw your attention to the right side, okay, because we have to be aware of our student makeup. And while we don't have to say, well, we need to mimic identically, we do have to consider that as we go into hiring. And again, and I reiterate this, we hire the outstanding candidates, the best possible candidate for the position. That is what we do. The right side, you see that our student makeup, 47% is female, 50% male, and we go down through the racial and ethnic diversity that's there. Now, this is from the NJEOB School Performance Report Card 22.3. That is the most recent. The 23-24 Southwest does not exist. So we went into the most recent data. Now, when we take a look over on the left-hand side of the certificated staff, and this is the way that we were broke down. When you're over 90%, they just listed it in the performance report as 90 to 95%. So district-wide, our staff is comprised of 90 to 95% female. 5 to 10% male. That's how the NJEOE report card lists that. So now, looking at the applicants, you can see that we have 356 female applicants, and out of that pool, we hired 15 new hires that were female. We had 33 male applicants, and there were no males that were identified as an outstanding candidate to bring to our district. Again, I mentioned that when we talk applicants, we have some replication. I will tell you very directly that in the male applicant pool, there is one individual who applied to 3 different jobs. So it does not represent 33 males. The number is actually lower. Okay. Looking at the racial diversity of our staff, let's see where we are. We did hire one 2024 hire with his 2 or more races. 5. Continuing 3. Moving forward. All right, so where do we go from here? The positives, the takeaways on that. Increase in the number of applications. Absolutely. That's a good thing. All right, the casting that why, getting more individuals sitting in front of us, that increases those odds, getting those outstanding wins in front of our students every single day. The district website network job boards are productive. Good to know. All right, so we want to know that we're not wasting our time, and we're not. Positive culture and interactions, and I explained on that initial slide, where that comes from. Individuals saying, yes, that I would recommend this place to a friend. Yes, I had a positive interaction with staff members here and then some other supporting statements that tied in regarding climate and culture, that this is frankly nice, happy place. But then also, as we slide down to the continued focus, and it is a big but need to leave because need more money, looking for more salary. And that was the same for the support staff as well as the certifieds. Pursuit of a diverse applicant pool. That's always something that's on the radar. But again, we seek out the most outstanding individual for our children, whatever their ethnicity or theirs. Right? So that's our update. That's our presentation. I welcome any questions. Is there anything? Anyway, yes.
For those that completed the exit interview, did they use or utilize the district as a reference for their new job?
Did they
List Franklin as reference for their new job?
I can only speak for myself in that case. Some of them did. All right, that's not a question on the exit interview. Would you do this? I did not ask Nicole or Ted, the principals of the other buildings, but I did receive. There are 3 that are jumping out to me in my mind that they did.
And the reason I asked is because they could influence the way that they answer that then consider.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Regarding the climate, I had a question regarding the relationship between the person leaving and the staff. He gets the workers. Pardon me. Was there any question regarding administration?
It's just staff.
Okay.
All right, interacting with staff. It does not, now there are open-ended questions on there, and there are times where individuals respond, and they get more information. And very openly and directly, there are positive comments about staff, there are some negative comments about administration, and there are some where they're negative. You're welcome. Yes.
On the ones that did not.
Yes.
Was your involvement to it there?
There was, okay, and on that, at the time, there was Mr. Walton who would follow up and we would discuss that, and he would send a follow-up email to those individuals, okay? I do know that that occurred because I saw it. You want me? Yes.
We have areas that, they read the saboteurs, our staff are no, the guy, they wanted to do that would help them.
I agree on the NJ performance report, but Mr. Brand, I'd have to take a look there. That's something that I did not focus on. Mr. Betts, I know you're familiar with the performance report. Does it jump out at you? Would that be something on there?
You can do a deep dive into that and find it out. Okay, it's not a number that sticks out in to figure out. It's a lot of valid investigation. I can tell you, like Kennedy's sister, her actual district had worked hard to increase that starting salary. We still be leaning to go at City of West Windsor because they'd won by principal spent $25,000 child under. Because it pays bigger now. What people jumping is right. Let's say that to me is the satisfaction. Out walking the hall, seeing Tom and that on it. So before people are talking, good place to work. The buildings that they integrate. Parents are terrific. The facility for terrific. All those things come together. Why someone would stay at the district after good data supports that. It's not just salary. That's something important. Remember, when you come for salary, you also lose your tenure, time to work tenure. Some districts don't offer certain benefits to get tenure. You're giving a lot of fuzz up grass tunnel arena. It'd be nice to find out you're satisfied. Yes, one. Again, it's a lot to do so. Yeah, here, but
I know that, and here, tying in, and Ms. Brandt, to your question, I certainly have my opinion. I believe that we have higher staff turnover, but that's simply based on my verbal interactions with administrators, not a good But that's something definitely moving forward. Maybe at our springtime, hey, that's something that we'll take a deeper look into to see exactly where that is. It's a good point. Thank you. And the other piece that I bring in, and in a way, Ms. Cunningham, it ties into your question. I was contacted last year by 2 individuals who left and hate, well, very directly, they did discover the grass is not greener on the other side. And they were using me for a reference for another job because the district that they left for, things did not work out well. And, that we had a nice conversation. So, and I mean that, very nice people, very good people. But unfortunately, the job that they took when they left us didn't work out for them.
They are also important. Things like I was years of stories of the people we were.
Yeah.
They thought they tweet.
Yeah.
If it was climate route and going back, you would see more veteran addiction. Wow, how people that shows balance. It's a time I think I did work
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
I had my contentious meeting to go to the pilot ribbon. That's not to happen.
No, it's a circumstance where the individuals, they're starting out their lives, and one way or the other, they need money for new houses and weddings and different things along that line.
I think I particularly starts out now this year. Art, they're down to Harris.
Yeah, we're the lowest.
Yeah, that's true.
We,
Yeah, no, plus some of the chart that we look at, not only look at the years of service, you carry it to salary, and if my record is correct, is that very beginning, very positive on the steep decline, and the first 7 years, I hope you cover that Mark had gotten that.
that is correct. Yeah, we started out definitely year on level, but then in that first initial point of the contract, then there's gap that's created, and that when we brought up. So there's still some delay there, but clear the situation of the pay. So that's where it is.
Like that. I bet.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's